Hiya, and welcome back to Dawn Chorus, the game that teaches us that I can't think of anything. I cannot think of anything. That Bjorn the bear is precious. Anyways, let's just hop right in. I'm bad at thinking. I'm really bad at thinking. He nods. I grab his notebook and start reading. I'll only bully him if he's on screen. My eyes are heavy. Do I have to open them? It would be so easy to just stay here in bed all day. What's out there for me anyway? Classes I'll inevitably fail, people from my era I have nothing in common with, and more humiliations. Let me adjust my microphone by lowering it. There we go, microphone lowered. Ah! Wait. It's not my room. It all comes back to me, slowly, through the fog. My mind gathers the stray pieces of information into something coherent before I remember. I'm in the guest house. It's the third night of the camp. So it's not classes, it's lecturing and socializing. But I don't want to go out to people. Next to the others here, I feel so incompetent. I'm so tired of disappointing everyone and myself. Max, shut up, shut the fuck up. You're not updating because you'll fucking die. Reality is cut into a grid in which I don't fit. I'm always somewhere between the lines. I can never find a place I could shine in. A ray of light cuts through the clouds and shines into the room through the translucent curtain. Hold up. Let me make sure penises are turned off. Penises are turned off. Except for Lake, apparently. And I notice I'm not alone here. There's a weight next to me on the bed, pressed against my back. A valve turns and my heart fills with hope. Arvo. The voice echoed from behind me. A call, a consolation. It said, Arvo, and again timidly after a pause, and I reply, Bjorn. Day 4. I don't think I have a favorite writer, not at the moment at least. My favorites do things differently, and I like them for different reasons. I've been reading a lot of Susan Mondag lately. She's an essayist, and I often disagree with her, but I like her ideas. They're always radical. An essayist. I haven't read much nonfiction. I'm mostly interested in stories. There are very good stories in journalism. I'm more inclined to nonfiction. I think it's closer to some universal truths. Oh, I don't know if I would agree. It's a beautiful day. The snowfall has stopped so I can look up at the sky, clouded but so pretty. The wind in my fur makes me feel so alive. I like listening to these two. I read sometimes, but nowhere as much as them. Their conversation is making me want to pick up a few new books right away. And you, Arvo? I'm not sure if I have a favorite writer either. I've been through a few books I enjoy in the last few years, but none has changed my life. And I've mostly been going with recommendations I find online. I rarely read more than one book by the same author, even if I like it. Wow. There's too many books,
It's time
truly.
to drink water.
Centuries of work
time
written
to drink
already,
water.
so many books coming out each year. How do I choose from
It's
these?
time to drink water.
You told me how you're going through
It's
through
time to
artists' whole
drink
discographies, so it's a bit it's surprising me a bit. And about the choice, if you're stuck at choosing for too long, then you're wasting the time you could spend reading. Anyway, how about we look for some food? Sorry, but I haven't had anything since the morning. Oh, I've been meaning to ask the same thing. I'm starving already! I'm eating with friends for dinner already, but next time definitely. I hope so. You owe us one. Did you have someplace in mind, Arvo? I didn't. But I could look around for something. I grab my phone and open the map, but a notification in the corner grabs my attention. I rarely get text messages. I open the app and see Lake's name. Hey, want to eat at a Korean place? I'm inviting a few people. My treat. Oh, did you get a message from Lake, maybe? Oh, I did. Interested in a dinner at a Korean place with Lake and the rest? The rest? I'm not sure. I'm assuming Jorgen and maybe Travis. Torolf, possibly. Not sure who he's friends with. Sounds promising. I think we can go. I'll walk you there and then I'll be on my way. Maybe I'll check out the bookstore if I have the time. Bjorn told me it's very good. It is. Definitely go. I think they had a whole room dedicated to essays. I've got the location. It's not far from here. We just have to go towards the town square and then to the left. And we go between the colorful houses, our conversation like a song between us, weaved with 3 voices. There's life and light in these cute streets, and the illuminated storefronts and restaurant interiors seem to shine brighter as we pass them with laughter in our throats. Jorgen! Arvo! Bjorn, I'm so happy you came. Hey, thank you for inviting us, and hello, Miko.
Hey, good to see you here as well.
Oh, it smells so delicious in here. Most of the smells I can't identify. Exotic and enticing. There's lemongrass, curry leaves, kefir, there's tofu, there's fish, and the sweet smell of fried shrimp. Wait, Fate here? How many people did you invite? Only you, Jorgen, Travis, and Rune. Rune said he's not hungry, though, so it'll be the 6 of us. He'll be even angry at me still. He didn't seem to want to talk at all. Huh? What did you do? I kinda knocked his phone into the ocean. Not on purpose, but still. I wouldn't be surprised if he wouldn't want to talk with me again. Aw, accidents happen. I'm sure he knows that. I know! It's my beloved! Maybe he was in a bad mood this morning. Not much I can do now, I guess. Still, we're here to have some good food. Take a look at the menu if there's something you want. We all sit down around the table, me and Bjorn picking the spot at the window, sitting shoulder to shoulder. It's comforting to have him so close, and he seems to be at ease as well. A gentle smile on his face. On the table are fancy hardcover menus, and Bjorn grabs 2, passing one to me. Just 3 pages, that's a good sign from what I've heard. What's the occasion, by the way? It's not every day I get treated to food. Does there need to be one? It's the last time we're in the town on the trip, so I thought we could do something special to remember. And Korean food is the best it's there. I think we could get a hot pot and cook some food together. What do you think? Oh, that sounds lovely. I've always wanted to try one, never had the chance. I haven't seen places serving it anywhere in Finland, and in Anslo. Well, I couldn't really afford visiting places. Yeah, I feel you. Life isn't too generous for students, is it? I'm glad we have canteens. I'm glad we have lake. By the way, are you sure? Isn't it too much strain on your wallet? As I said, I want to do something special for the end of the trip. I want time with you all and fond memories. But if you like the tip, and I'd be glad.
I can for sure. I love the idea. And a hot pot sounds fantastic. I love those. I think I'd like a mushroom set and a kimchi stew. They go very well together.
Mushrooms. Hey, everyone! I hope you didn't wait for us! The duo walks up to our table, Travis with an excited sparkle in his eye, Jorgen keeping behind him with an indifferent expression. Hard to read as always. We're still deciding what to order. Come sit down, grab a menu. Where were you, by the way? Travis took me for ice cream. I've tried them for the first time. We found a nice ice cream shop at the store. We bought ourselves a few flavors and went for a walk. They had fudge and bilberries. I think that was the most genius combination I've ever tried. I prefer pistachio. It was transcendental. Ice cream? In this weather? What's wrong with that? It's cold enough outside. You don't need ice cream to get even colder. But ice cream is the best in winter. It doesn't melt and stays firm. Anyway, I suggest looking at the menus. I've seen the waiter eyeing us already. Right. So I thought about getting a hot pot for all of us. Miko suggested kimchi broth. And I want a sukiyaki one. Sukiyaki! It's a dish, not a broth! At least in Japan! Here it is, according to the menu. It sounds nice from the description. Any objections or other preferences? All sounds good. Great! So we can take 1 seafood set and 2 vegetable sets. There is for 2 persons in theory. And a mushroom set if you want. And that will be enough! What do you think? Sounds good, and a jug of lemonade. It'll be cheaper than separate drinks. Ooh, good idea. I'll catch the waiter then. Hello! Hello! Here! Ooh, this is good with the kimchi broth. Try to work so well together. It is a spectacle and it is an experience. I didn't know food could be this fun, though it's clear that Lake is enjoying this the most out of all of us. This? Okay, so, I'm gonna turn on the webcam real quick. So I can explain this in the best way possible. Okay, so while streaming, whenever I talk, I like to talk with my hands as well. Like, whenever I'm like speaking, I just like just talk with my hands. And my microphone is connected to my desk via a clamp. One of those twisty clamp things. And my wrist hit it while I was speaking with my hands, speaking with Lake, because with Lake I am a lot more expressive with it. Just like, as an example, it is a spectacle and it is an experience. I didn't know food could be this fun, though it's clear that Lake is enjoying this the most out of all of us. Like that. You didn't really see it, but yeah. I speak a lot with my hands, especially when talking as Lake or Orlando, literally any stereotypical gay character. I take another mushroom and dip it into the bubbling broth, holding it between the steel chopsticks. Oh. I'll just eat the mic. Just kidding. Not only are they reusable, but they also seem more elegant and easier to use and keep clean. The fuck was that? Oh, it was me eating my mic. It takes only half a minute for it to cook in the hot liquid thanks to its shape, long and thin. A very aesthetically pleasing process. This is the most social way of eating I've ever seen, that's for sure. Oh, I'm having so much fun with this. And to think that later I'll have to go back to single plate dishes that I don't share with anyone because we all get the same. This clearly feels like the superior way. Wait, can you pass me the hoisin sauce? Thor! Here you are! I want to eat Lake Sass. Wait, what?
Hey, leave some mushrooms for me too.
Sorry, I had no idea studying could make me this hungry. But also everything is so good! Maybe, other than lotus root and mushrooms.
Everything other than mushrooms and tofu.
Hard disagree. Out of everything here, I think I only dislike carrots. They're still so snappy, even after cooking. That's the best part, all the crunch and the texture. Lotus roots are kind of crunchy too, and you said you dislike them. But they're also fibrous in a very suspicious way. If you're cooking for too long, they become mushy. Nothing worse than mushy vegetables! I didn't know y'all had this many opinions about food, but I don't mind cooked vegetables, though roasted wins for me. Everything roasted is the nicest. I'll have to make some roasted potatoes with beets sometimes. They're really good. Beets and potatoes sounds interesting. I don't think I've ever had them together. They complement each other pretty well. Some carrots, onions, and seitan or sausages with that. Lots of ground peppers, some rosemary, laurel leaves, and allspice, and it comes out delicious. Huh. That's a spice combination I wasn't expecting. It's a recipe I got from my father, so I assume it's something Polish. Or at least it's tasty enough for everyone to polish off their plates. Makes for a great dinner in any case. I definitely want to try. Once we're back in Anslow? Absolutely. There's a note of uncertainty in his voice, though, and the pause he takes after the enthusiastic declaration is filled with it to the brim. Neither of us know what happens once we're back, if Bjorn will continue his studies or not, or if he stays at the dorm. Better not think about it now and be happy with the time we have. Bjorn, I think you're overdoing your tofu. Oh, right, I forgot about it completely. He fishes out the 2 pieces of tofu from the sukiyaki broth, both falling apart and in half under the pressure of chopsticks. Ah, darn it. Pretty sure potatoes are roots. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a potato is a root. I know it's a starch to a root. It is! Huzzah! I'm so full. Oh, this is definitely too much food, and we still have a lot on the table. Hell, this was definitely too much food, and we still have a lot on the table. The steam rises from the pot slowly. The two kinds of broth separated by a thin piece of metal, simmering on the stovetop built into the table. Bjorn. Something flutters in my chest gently when I repeat his name. Once again, I wonder who he is for me. I think I look up to him. Whatever the field we talk about, he knows so much. I wonder what his writing is like. Wish I could have understood more from the notes of his notebook. My Norwegian is nowhere as good for that yet, though. All I could have read were the few passages and sections in English. Maybe I should have expected it, but it was surprising to see how idiosyncratic his writing looked. Switching between 3 languages. Interesting that he writes in English, too. I'm curious what his process looks like. The few notes in English he wrote, though, they touched me in a way I can't remember any prose touching me before. From them poured a light in which I felt seen. The style was terse, maybe even crude in places, but in the flow of phrases between the lines behind the frame, something lurked. And the photos he took, none of them I would have taken myself. No easy picturesque views, no cutesy storefronts, no photos of the sky. There was a lot of trial and error, obviously, but there was something stark in some of them, too. He wasn't thinking in terms of composition, but rather of lights and shapes. And I never tried the same. What made him reserved and unsure? Maybe the harsh reality of immigrant life? I never asked him about it much, what his experience with it is like. I bet it's much different than mine. Someone from a Nordic country as well. Much better off financially. Whatever I do, my future is pretty much secure. We grew so close so quickly, even despite the age difference between us. I vibe with him more than anyone I was friends with in high school. I don't know what's ahead of us, but I know I don't want to have to let him go. With him, I don't feel alone. I lean in to feel him to feel the comforting heat of his body, and he leans back on me in a reassuring gesture. Done already? Another slice of tempeh and I'll explode. Better don't that be a lot of cleaning up for the personnel. I'm starting to think we've ordered too much. This sukiyaki broth is so good I could have this every day. I think I'll get some more tofu if no one else is eating it.
Go ahead, I think I'm done too. I'd rather not overeat before the concert. I'd prefer to focus on the music than get a food coma.
By the way, what concert? I don't think I've heard you mentioning any before.
Penderecki at the Philharmonic. I told you about it yesterday.
Oh, I didn't know you were going, Miko.
I was kind of organizing the group.
A Philharmonic?
Wait, I didn't ask you? I'm sure I sent you an RVO message.
I might have missed it. I cleared all the notifications yesterday. I should learn to check my messages finally.
Maybe there are still some seats free. Probably not where we sit, but it'd be fantastic if you could join us regardless.
I always wanted to hear an orchestra live. I imagine the sound of a live orchestra has to be massive. Ooh, never really? We went to the Philharmonic a few times with my high school. No, though we've been at the musical theater, I don't think that counts. Orchestra was only the backbone and background there, not the main attraction. How much are the tickets?
500 kroner if I remember correctly.
Oh. I don't think I'll go then. Maybe next time or something.
If you can't afford it, then I'll pay for you. I saw how excited you are about it. And you said you were never in a Philharmonic. You have to go.
No, don't. I don't need it, really. Hang on. Hang on. Do I still have it? I think I still have it. I have to find it. But I think I still have it. There it is. Haha. I'll just keep that up. No, I don't need it, really. I'll be happy to go to the bookstore instead.
I'm absolutely taking you with us, even if I have to drag you to there. You can pay me back later if you insist.
Well, thank you.
So that's it then. I'll go check what seats are still available. Should I get you a ticket as well, Arvo?
Yes, please, and tell me how much I owe you. I'll send the money right away. Oh, by the way, Lake, where's Torolf? I thought you'd invite him as well. We kind of stopped talking yesterday.
Oh, private matters?
Yeah, I'd rather not talk about it. Besides, I'd rather enjoy being here with you here now. How about we take a photo of us together? If we fit all of us inside of a frame. It's worth a try. Let's try to cram together. And Arvo, try to capture the table, too. Sure, give me a moment. I have a camera in my bag. I love this moment. I love holding my camera. I love changing the lens. I love thinking of the framing. I truly do. It's a moment of purposeful creation, a moment when I feel like I have something to offer of myself. Even if it's just a group selfie. It would be naive to think that by taking a photo I can turn this ephemeral moment into something lasting. That's not what happens. That's what happens inside us the moment we live in our heads and hearts, not in a .jpeg file. But photography is art, and I can create something new, something that the rest of the people at this table could take with themselves and enjoy. Turn on the camera and lean on Bjorn, the rest gathering around us. Smiling at the camera, I hold in my outstretched paw. I smile and the shutter clicks. Oh man, I can barely walk. I look up at the bright sky, enjoying the afterglow of a good meal with friends. I don't have many thoughts, just these feelings, warm and bubbling. It was so well worth it, though. I don't think I've ever had food this good. I never really went to restaurants, though. It was a first for me. I don't have much to compare it to. Never one with your parents? They were mostly into home cooking, and we've been to a local pizza place quite often. It was more of a fast food place, so even if the food was good, I always enjoyed being there. These kinds of places are nice, don't tell Lake, but it felt so posh in there. I can't remember the last time I had a waiter bring me food. It felt quite fancy, definitely. I think I liked it, though. I rarely get to experience something like this. Not often I can afford it. I think the last time was when I moved to Anslo and felt like celebrating. Oh, Jorgen, should I send Lake money for lunch? I feel like I should. I don't know what his financial situation is. He wanted to pay for the meal, and it was obvious that brought him joy. It's a good feeling, doing something for your friends. But between us, he definitely doesn't have the money. I'll treat him to something in return once we come back so that we're even. If you don't think you'll have the time to go out with him somewhere later, better send him the money now. It doesn't have to be the whole amount even, but he could certainly use it. I nod. Fair. I think I'd better send him the money now. Once we're back at the guest house, though, I don't want to freeze my paws in this cold. By the way, what are we doing now? There's still like an hour to the concert.
We could sit with a coffee, maybe. I like to caffeinate myself before concerts. It makes me enjoy the music more somehow. There should be a cafe inside the Philharmonic, but it might be a bit expensive. They cater to the upper class types usually. Which is annoying! I wish Philharmonics made more efforts to make the music more approachable and egalitarian instead of creating this posh high-class image of it! Oh, I know. How about we visit that bookstore where Snout Guard was yesterday? They serve coffee and tea, too. It was a lively spot. Sounds good to me. Miko?
If they won't throw us out for talking, sure.
Not that kind of place. It's not a library, you know. It felt more like a local hub. I wanted to check out other places here, too. We'll meet at the Philharmonic. I'll be there about 10 minutes before the concert.
Sure, have fun.
Too bad. I hoped to ask him about books. Maybe he could recommend something to me. Anyway, let's go. It's here to the left 3 streets away. Okay, Giga Chad, you can go. I had a lot of fun doing that. It's like, ooh. I cannot vocal fry to save my life. Actually, that was... oh, shit, was that a vocal fry? How harsh did my Miko anger seem? Because, like, a vocal fry, listen to death metal, and you will instantly hear a vocal fry, like, almost immediately. I think I did a vocal fry, but I don't know. Cappuccino was for you, Miko, right? And black for you, Arvo?
Yeah, thank you.
Here you are. A cup full to the brim, with a rather crude fox snout on top drawn in milky strokes, another holding a pitch black liquid. Join our 3 cakes on the table. What about you? You didn't get anything? Waiting for my filter coffee. I think they're using V61 drips. They make great coffee, but take a while to brew. V61? I don't know what you're referring to. Cafe near my door makes filter coffee. They have these conical cups they put on top of mugs. That's a V61 exactly, unless it's made by some other company, but the principles are the same. Oh, I think it's ready. I look at the wolf, sitting opposite me. He's playing with his cup, paw pad tracing along the edge. I think he notices me staring, because he lifts his head and smiles at me, but maybe he was just gathering courage to say something to me.
Arvo, nice shirt. You look good in it.
Thank you, you aren't changing yet?
No, I will change later in the Philharmonic. I don't want to risk staining the clothes. I wanted to say, you and Bjorn look cute together.
My cheeks get hot under my fur with embarrassment. I thought I was absolutely discreet with my affection towards him.
You know, I dreaded seeing you again after all these years. I didn't tell you that, but I was afraid that I'd meet exactly the same person I knew.
His voice goes up a few tones, hurrying to finish talking before Bjorn comes back.
I was afraid that we would just resume our friendship and that could have been too much for me. And I wanted it at the same time. But you've changed, and I'm slowly coming to understand that I've changed too. And I'm glad that I can get to know you and befriend you now. And Lake and Bjorn and all the rest. These have been fantastic 4 days, you know? I haven't had this much fun in ages. I hope they've been as good for you too.
Yes, mostly intense, that's for sure, but fun too. I'm glad to have you as my friend, you know?
I'm glad to have you as my friend too. Can I call this a new chapter?
I'd be thankful. I know I wasn't always the best friend. What chapter? Talking about books without me? Bjorn comes back holding a tiny copper tray, on it a coffee server and a small cup. It looks super aesthetic. I'm jealous I only got regular black coffee. Oh, that looks good. And it smells so nice. I didn't order coffee yesterday, but now I see they know what they're doing. Take my cup too, lifting it up to my nose. It smells like coffee. Tastes like coffee too. I guess I'm less passionate about it than Bjorn, or maybe his coffee is that much better. Can I try some? Sure, go ahead. I grab his cup and take a tasting sip, cautious not to burn my tongue. What the hell? This is so
It's time to drink water.
Right? It's
It's time to
fantastic.
drink water.
So fruity and fresh. It
It's
must
time
be
to
some
drink
super
water.
light roasted natural beans.
It's time
Natural?
to drink
Aren't all
water.
beans natural?
And that means unwashed before drying, so that they're drying inside the fruit. That gives the coffee some funkier, fermented, fruity notes like in this one. I think I prefer my coffee washed. Or darker roasted, I don't know. But I'll stick to ordering regular black, thank you! Now I at least know it's not worth trying to filter coffee from our local cafe. I've been eyeing it for some time, but it's significantly more expensive. More for me. Might still grow on you if you're used to dark roast. A sour coffee instead of a bitter one might sound off, but this is so nice once you get used to it. And light roasts are super popular in Norway. You'll find them in many places. Anyway, do you want to check out the books too? They have quite the selection. A Norwegian writer has just got a Nobel Prize. They have a whole shelf dedicated to them. Definitely. I feel inspired after listening to you and Godrun. I think I could pick up some essays. Quite a selection here. You'll be spoiled for choice.
I'll go browse after I finish the coffee. I don't want it to go cold.
Too bad Snoutguard isn't here today. I'd think about getting another book to have it signed.
Should I get something by him? I haven't read his stuff. I think he's more popular here than outside of Norway.
I can lend you some, no problem, but if you'd rather buy one, I'd suggest The Evening Star. Fantastic book. I think it's nice to have read this year. He has a fantastic style and flow. Reading his writing is a pleasure. I wish I had a tenth of his talent. I've read several of his books and still have no idea how he does it.
It sounds nice. I think I'll get my own copy if they have one here.
So, Philharmonic, what should I expect? If I'm honest, I think I'm a bit scared
Scared of what?
of not fitting in.
Do you really care about the opinion of a few old people in tuxedos?
They're gonna stare at me if they're gonna stare at me disapprovingly. Yes. Oh, tuxedos. I can go to the Philharmonic just like this. No way. How much time do we have?
About half an hour now, plus a few minutes. What are you thinking of?
I have to find a shirt somewhere. Won't that be expensive? A white shirt at a store is like 500 kroner, as much as the ticket. I think it'd be fine wearing what you have on you. I don't have anything to change into either. Arvo, you're wearing a shirt. Right. Well, look. I took a shirt with me from home, and I thought the last day of lectures would be a good time to wear it. But a shirt might be 500 kroner at a store like Zadar, maybe. I was thinking of going to a thrift store. Makes sense. We don't have much time, though. Better finish your coffee fast. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That is a bot. Fuck off. Oh, you've already banned him. Thank you, Amethyst. Thank you. Looks promising. I should be able to find something there. I hope they have big sizes too. What are we looking for? Just a white shirt? Yes, that's what I was thinking of. I hope that's enough. Definitely will be. You know, some people come to the Philharmonic in just a plain t-shirt and jeans, and that's fine too. You're there for the music, not to look good. It'll be fine whatever you wear, but if a shirt would make you feel more confident, that's a good idea. Yeah, I wouldn't want to stick out. Let's go find something then. Put him in a dress! Just kidding. We split up and go into 2 different aisles looking for shirts. A corridor of cloth surrounds me, all the different fabrics and textures of every color formed into a psychedelic rainbow. My head starts to spin as I walk forward, struggling to process all the shapes and patterns. It's a much different experience than the clothes stores I know. It's also much fancier than I thought. Scanning the items I walk past, I notice many brands I know along with vintage items that easily look more interesting. It's a nice place. I didn't know what to expect entering the store, but it's a pleasant surprise. I'd be happy to stay here for longer and maybe find some cool stuff for myself as well, but I don't think we have the time for it. Hey, I think I found the shirt section! There's a bunch of between jackets and trousers, several different colors available, mostly dark blue and red. Colors that fit light-colored fur very well. Oh, great. Quite a big selection. Now I'll check the prices. Not too bad, 50 krona on average. I think I'll look for trousers too. I could use new ones anyway. Takes out a few shirts and examines them, putting them back one by one. This one might fit. Does it look good? I think so. I don't see any wear on it. Great. I'll try this one too, just in case. And I need to find some trousers. Do you need any help in there? No, I'm fine. This one is a bit too small. Trying on the second one. Ooh, this one fits nicely. And it's a cheaper one. Trousers are good too. What do you think? Hey, you look good. Couldn't imagine him in elegant clothes. I thought it would clash with his vibe, but it fits him surprisingly well. He looks much more serious in them, though, like he's a different person entirely. Great, just 35 krona for both. I hope I don't have to take them off to pay for them. We should definitely be going already. Did you find anything for yourself? Oh no, I wasn't really looking, but I don't really need any new clothes at the moment. Now I feel a bit stupid for not buying my clothes at thrift stores, though. If the selection is this nice, then why was I always paying 5 times the price for an item made for me? If I could reuse something already made. I like the concept, though. I have to go check out our local thrift shops once we're back. We could go together sometime. Choosing clothes is always more fun with someone else. Distinguished gentle bow. We hurry with our heads held high, the sunset slowly painting the sky in sharp hues. It's not the time to wonder at the beauty of nature, though. We should get to the Philharmonic as soon as we can. Here we should continue forward, and after 2 streets we turn right. I don't think we'll miss it. I mean, it has to be a huge building. So, Miko didn't answer me in the end. What should I expect from the concert? Anything I should know beforehand? I don't think there's anything. People go there to listen to music. It's not some super posh place like a fine dining restaurant or something like that. Oh, there's one thing to remember. Don't clap between parts or the movements of one work. Better wait until others start clapping before you do. Huh. Why? Never really grasped that myself, but supposedly that's not to interrupt our one whole work and let people immerse themselves in it. Conductors often make longer pauses between movements. I'm not really buying that myself, but that's how it is. Do you like classical music, actually? Not many people do. I don't know if I like it myself, but I thought I could go. Even if just to see the concert hall. I checked in, it's a fairly new building. I bet it's stunning. I do, or at least have like a few pieces. Never got into it properly. I barely know the composers, but there are a few works I really like. Like one symphony by Max Bruch, for example. I found it on YouTube by accident, I think, but it's just so impressive, especially the first movement. It's like a dialogue between the violin and the choir consistent of the rest of the orchestra. A solitary voice and a wall of sound that replies to it. Feels a bit like an ancient Greek tragedy. It's not something I would just sit and listen to at home maybe, but it helps set the mood when I need some inspiration. Huh. You can send me a link, it sounds interesting. It's super nice. You have no idea how glad I am that I'm going with you. Bjorn pulls me close, hugging us to his side mid-walk. Makes me feel all warm and giddy. Hey, I'm glad too. Let's hurry now, though Miko and Jorgen are for sure waiting for us already. The lobby is stunning indeed. The walls are clad in solid slabs of marble and stone decorated sparsely with golden lamps. Keeping in the rhythm of the postmodern exterior, the inside expresses itself mostly with flowing shapes and blocks, like the winding staircases running upward symmetrically on both sides of the hall. And in front of us, amidst a small crowd slowly walking down the flight of stairs in the middle, leading to the open space in the middle, stand our Miko and our bat friend. Jorgen is dressed in all black in a long-sleeved crop top with a fine mesh covering the rest of his torso, looking absolutely stunning in it. Oh, here you are. The concert starts in 10 minutes. I know, we're sorry, we're all ready now. I ran to a store to get a shirt. It's all my fault. Nothing to apologize for. 10 minutes before is soon enough, but we should get going. Leave your backpacks in the cloakroom. It's just downstairs. Right, going! We hurry downstairs, taking off our outerwear and backpacks before handing them over to the exceptionally polite young fox on the other side of the cloakroom counter. So, first time in the Philharmonic? How'd you know? Miko told me. Makes sense. I'm super excited. I don't really know what to expect, though. Symphonic music listened to at home always sounds somewhat tame. I'm hoping that an orchestra playing live is something earth-shattering. Or in this case, Cosmo's creating. Cosmogonia. The name of the piece makes me think it'll be something with an epic tale. Oh, you don't know it? No, I've never heard about it before. Oh, good luck then. Where now?
Our seats are in the middle of the room, entrance A3. I'll send you yours. I think you have a different entrance than us. I had to buy seats further back. Arvo, can I send you the tickets?
Sure, and you can go ahead. We'll figure out how to get there.
Just send. See you afterwards and have fun.
You too. Miko and Jorgen walk away towards the entrance, joining the queue of people, a patchwork like mass of jackets and sweaters in subdued colors. The ticket says entrance B2. I think that's upstairs. Looks like it, yeah. It's cozy here, as much as a 700-person hall can be cozy, but it feels like a friendly, welcoming space, and that's quite a feat for a concert hall. Our seats are indeed in the back of the room, though still with a good view, and with the acoustics of a concert hall, we should still have a fantastic sound here. Miko and Jorgen are sitting at the front, several rows ahead of us. Miko notices me and waves. Oh, there they are! We sit down next to each other. The seats are spacious and comfortable, though we share one armrest and our forearms bumped together. Bjorn doesn't seem to mind, though, and I certainly don't either. It's pretty in here. This place sounds terrific. Seems terrific. I love how inclined the audience is. The stage is absolutely unobscured from here. The orchestras are on the stage already, tuning their instruments. The buzzing of many strings drown out any conversations. It's a pleasure to listen to. The notes travel around, searching for their correct pitch like bees joining into a swarm. Chaos organizing itself into harmony. It's music in itself, isn't it? Even if many would dismiss it as pure noise, there's still texture and tension, notes and intervals, harmony and melody emerging from them like an interference pattern. The hands on everyone's clocks are nearing the full hour. There's some tension in the air, an excited tone in the people's voices, something that tells me it's a special occasion. The way everyone's dressed says so too. Black dominates the color palette, with occasional crimson and white. Looks like everyone is wearing their best clothes this evening. Next to me, Bjorn fidgets nervously. He's slouched in his seat with paws gripping the two armrests, like a second pilot in an accelerating airplane. What's up, feeling nervous? I'm feeling like I kind of don't belong here. And out of place. I mean, look at all the people here. I think we're easily the youngest here and by a large margin. Huh. Why'd you point that out? You might be right. But we're not here for them. We're here for ourselves and for the music. Don't think about them. I'm absolutely sure they aren't thinking about us. I hesitate for a moment, but finally reach out for his paw and put mine on it in a reassuring gesture. We've slept together in one bed, cuddled into each other. I doubt he'd mind. We also fucked each other, but we're gonna ignore that. And honestly, Bjorn, I'm gonna tell you something real quick. And this is something that I've been told from a young age. Some people say it as, opinions are like faces, everyone has one, or opinions are like asses, everyone has one. I was told opinions are like assholes, everyone has one. And quite frankly, if they're judging you, fuck them. Outside of very specific circumstances, outside of very specific circumstances, who gives a shit what others think? You are your own fucking person. You are entitled to living your own goddamn life. So, who gives a shit what they think? And that is all I'm going to say about it. He smiles and relaxes, his fingers intertwining with mine. His soft hazel eyes are smiling too, and a feeling arises within my chest. Something fleeting, but leaving permanent trace on my heart and trachea. I can feel it traveling upwards and pulling me out of my seat. Suddenly, the buzzing sound dies down, and a second later, everyone in the audience too. In an instant, the anticipation turns so thick I cut it with a knife and spread it on toast. The orchestra stands up and the double door in the side opens. Out of it comes a conductor, a caribou wearing an all-black tux, making his way to the center of the stage and onto a platform in the middle to the roar of enthusiastic clapping. A dignified, courteous bow, and he turns to face the ensemble. His paw in the air, the stick held between his fingers like a wand. He holds it still for 10 seconds before a flick of the wrist sends the machinery of the orchestra into motion. Oh, shit. You know what? I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the pretty view. I think everyone wants to eat the orange. I know I do. But you're right, this is gorgeous. When I bite into an apple, I can smell the damp soil it grew from. And contained within it 13 billion years of this atomic dance of elements. The slow fulmination of life exploding into this multi-limb chimera. An agonizing, rising scream of its manifold maws, all asking, why? Did I die? I never knew it would happen this soon. But what is this? Drifting among the stars, hanging here in limbo, waiting for a judgment for an eternity. Or maybe the eternity itself is a judgment. I'd never guess it, but I think I find solace in the life I've had. I might have not been a happy person, but when I look back, there's a sea of warmth I forgot about. Was it all worth it? If life is about growing and learning, have I learned anything? I've learned to trust others. I've learned to never stop looking. I've learned the value of sacrifice. And then I've learned that I don't have to sacrifice myself for everyone else. There's so much I still have to learn. I haven't found my place or my calling yet. I haven't learned not to resign myself to my circumstances. I never fought for a better future for myself. I only thought what others wanted for me and how I could make them happy. How did I get here? Which crossroads took me here? What decisions? I strayed too far for my paws to ever again meet the soft kiss of a trodden path. I'm alone on this journey, but aren't we all? Is this still the concert hall? It's all deserted. It's so odd here. This warm glow makes everything look like the sand on a sun-kissed beach. I miss the sun, but I don't feel good here. What is this space? It's too big, too bright, too artificial. I feel so exposed. There's no one else here and I still feel eyes on me. Judging and disapproving. How does the summer feel? I try to remember, but I can't. I want to lie in the sand and let the sun carry my body upwards. I'm on a shore, sand cold under my back. My print stays there like a shadow that's separated from my body. And when I look down, I notice that I don't cast a shadow anymore. Where my striped paws meet the ground, there's only sand, wet and heavy. Is there anyone else here? I call out into the space above me, empty and endless. The universe replies to me in inexhaustible indifference. Papers fly over the dunes and above my head, lined pages as if torn from a journal. I jump and try to grab one, but I can't reach any. Finally, my fingertips grasp the edge of one and it falls to the ground like a shot bird. I'm weightless. I'm ascending. I understand that I have to let go. Life is getting attached and letting go. I see now. It was stupid of me to hold on to what I have. Because in the end, I have nothing at all. I'm venturing up beyond the edge. Sunday evenings always make me melancholic. I'm sitting on the balcony thinking about all that's wrong with my life at the moment, and there is so much I don't even know where to begin. Is what I have salvageable at this point? I used to remember happiness. I used to remember the sun. Now it has covered itself with clouds as if it was November already, while it's just spring. The page bursts into flames in my paw. Embers tidy the faded paper. By the time it reaches the ground from my open paw, it's only dust. And then it scatters into nothing. A bell tolls somewhere beyond the mist. The sand under my paws vibrate with each ring. Something is about to happen. Beams rise up from the ground, joining above my head into a cathedral of pure white. I look up, the ground shifting under my paws, and from between the pillars, a ray of light blares down on me with all of its anger. I'm lifted up. I'm above the ground, and in the light, I see... We'll exhaust the earth and drain the sun. We're the universe eating itself. A fragmented being mirrored infinitely, struggling to confront its infinite solitude, in a futile attempt to explain its own impossible existence. My own face looking at me. Where are we? Upon my shoulder. This is the Pliocene coast. This ceiling above us is the spine of a beast that lived 5 million years ago. It's the explosion of life as it burns away. It's our past and our future. The taste of the apple. The gentle rolling of a train. Can you see your reflection in these ribs, polished by sand and water? I do. You're in them too. I've read somewhere that there's an infinite amount of alternate worlds. Every time we make a choice, the world splits into many, and all the other possible versions of us exist somewhere there. I'm sure I misunderstood the whole thing, but it's a vision that has stayed with me. I imagine that when the timeline changes drastically, when there's some big shift in the world, there should be some visible signs of it too. Like along the waves or flickering lights. I feel like I'm on a different path now than before the camp. Something has changed irrevocably. I don't know what has set things in motion. Was it you or me or a different force altogether? But it doesn't matter. What matters is that the machinery of the universe is moving. You know, I've spent a long time here alone. I gave up on thinking I'd find anyone here.
It's time to drink water.
You wouldn't believe how happy I am to see
It's
you.
time to drink water.
I think I would. I think I feel the same. In garden, flowers bloomed at night. Petals filled my heart with sorrow. With shears I stood, bathed in the light, refracted spectrum of a color. Upside down, it was the sky. I looked upon with my 3 eyes, an ocean black petalling white, the birth of a new nebula. My head is blank. Inside my heart is a maelstrom. This stillness outside is much welcome, though. I close my eyes and feel the oceanic breeze. It blows right through my empty bones. The music tore some veil that separated me from the world, a cocoon that kept me safe. I feel so vulnerable. You know, I don't feel that coming back. Me neither. It's nice out here, dim and calm. The gentle murmur of the ocean feels like a paw stroking my ragged thoughts. The spikes soften into gentle hills and valleys, gradually but surely. What now? Our bus is leaving soon. I can message Coach and tell him that we're staying here a bit longer. It's quite a hack, though. How do you feel about walking back? Very positively. I'd love a long walk. Me too. I'll write to him then. Writes quickly with 2 paws, thumb moving with great dexterity over the large screen of his phone. Done. We have the evening for ourselves. The thought is like a gentle hug, calming the storm in my chest. The alarm blaring between my ears quiets. And now I notice how I'm feeling more alive than ever. You want to stay here at the docks? I like how this place feels. Vespertine and saturated, the border where civilization and brutal nature collide, fighting for dominance. Sure, if you're not feeling cold. I'll likely start in a moment, but for now, I don't mind the cold as well. It's refreshing. Want to sit here? I like this spot. He points to the bench facing the water. A gap between the boats right before it. Good idea. Even in the dark, the colors on the sky and the ships and the buildings that surround us are so vivid, like freshly squeezed fruits. In the warm light of the street lamps, the dock looks like the surface of another planet. The masts turn into antennas pointing into the cosmos. You're not cold in this? I don't mind a little bit of cold. It's good to feel the wind on myself. Though, where is my hoodie? And where's my backpack? Reach out to touch mine, and my paws meets thin air only. Fuck! What's up? My camera! We left our backpacks at the Philharmonic. Oh, you're rat. I hope it's still open. I'd rather have the camera with me today. I have to stop being so forgetful sometime. We get up and hurry back, retracing our steps from the harbor. Hey, what's with the Dreyer look? It could happen to anyone. After a concert like that, I'd forget my own sister if I took her with me. You have siblings? I didn't know. I would forget her if I had one. The cloakroom is still open, thankfully. I lean down and rest my paws on my knees, panting. Oh, thank heavens. I was already saying goodbye to my laptop. We give our 2 numbered tags to the young fox at the counter, the same who took our bags earlier, and he returns with our bags. I feel through the thick material of mine for the camera just to reassure myself I still have it. Yeah. I wasn't looking forward to having to walk all the way here tomorrow. Imagine if we remembered about the bags an hour later. We could always sleep here on a bench before the Philharmonic. Yeah. And freeze to death. Not if we cuddle. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot. My blood goes cold as I anticipate another frantic run for another forgotten item. I still have to write a message to my parents. Are you afraid of their reaction? No. I'm afraid of letting them down. But I have to tell them about the exam anyway. Maybe they'll have some ideas for what I can do now. Because I don't really know what to do, and I have to start thinking about it very soon. You know, repeating a year isn't cheap. I think I need to find a job, but then, where do I find the time to study full-time? We'll find some solutions, I'm sure of that. I still think you shouldn't continue these studies if they're not a good fit for you. If anything, I think it's a good turn of events. You can drop out without feeling bad about it. Oh, I would feel bad about it, believe me, but maybe. It's a scary thought. Don't think about it then. Tell your parents after the camp, and for now, just enjoy yourself. Nah, I feel like I should do it now. I owe him this much. He walks away tapping at his phone. His gait is stiff and nervous, his paws stop every few steps as he looks up to the ceiling, grinding words in his head. Finally, he puts his phone back in his pocket and walks back to me slowly. There's a smile on his face, but it doesn't reach his gloomy eyes. Done. Shall we go? Yeah, back to the harbor. How about we go even further, where the town ends? I'd like to go someplace darker. I've had enough of artificial light. Ooh, even better. So quiet here. Quieter than anywhere in Anslow. It really is. The town itself is so peaceful too, though. Almost no cars there, and there's the 30-kilometer-an-hour speed limit in the whole town. I wasn't really looking at the signs. I don't even have a license, but now that I think of it, the traffic was really quiet. It's something I always notice when I come back for the holidays. The city where my parents live is so loud. The moon reflects in the sea, a fine cobweb of light cast upon the water, shimmering in the dark. The breeze carries the smell of the ocean, seaweed, and fish. 2 lone seagulls take off from the water and cut across the sky, their cries piercing in the vespertine quietness. Sitting on a rock, we just take in the view. The ocean before us, the mountains, the few trees and deep shadows they cast in the moonlight. It all feels so much more important than the lectures we came here for. You sound like you really don't like coming back. I don't. But it's good to see my family once in a while, and it's not terribly expensive, thankfully. I'd like to travel somewhere else sometime, see a bit of the world. Like Tergista, a city where James Joyce lived and wrote. I'd like to sit in a cafe by the river and fail like him. Sounds very good. Italy has some great food. I thought that between the two of us, I'm the bigger foodie. Perhaps, but the polenta. And gnocchi. The Mediterranean delicacies and the blazing sun is well deserving of the synchronous sigh we exhale. We're here now, on one of the many islands in the fjords, in the country we both chose to live in. I think it's something worth celebrating as well. A ball of paper flies past the camera I hold in my outstretched paw. I look over at Bjorn and see him making another crumpling another page. Oh, what are you doing? Something important. I don't think I should press, but it's puzzling at least. One by one, he crumples another piece of paper and then sends it flying over the waves and sink to the ocean floor. Did you have any place in mind after this? Cold already? Yeah, tragically. You can take my hoodie. I don't mind the cold yet. I thought about going someplace warm, actually. How about to the tea house again? I liked it a lot yesterday. Ooh, that's a good idea. A warm tea sounds divine. I lean on him, not really wanting this moment to end despite the cold. Between us hangs a fine thread of connection, and I'm afraid I'll snap it in half if we as much as get up. Under the shining moon, the bear puts his arm around me and pulls me close. The cold doesn't feel so bothersome anymore. Where else did you want to travel? Most realistically, Sweden? It's just a train ride away. Stockholm will be a much shorter ride than the one we've had here, even. Next time we're traveling somewhere with the uni, I'm going to suggest Göteborg instead. That's even closer. Oh, that ride was so long. When I signed up, I didn't check just how far away this place was. Traveling by bus is the worst. It's all the downsides of a car with all the downsides of public transportation. Can't stop wherever you want to stretch your legs or admire the views. The seats are tiny with no legroom, and you can't really walk like you would in the train. And don't get me started on the toilets. For me, they're mostly nostalgic. They make me think of school trips, pretty much only. I've ridden enough of them for a lifetime before I moved to Anslo and had to commute to the high school from a different town. It was back when my mom was working as a nurse and my father worked construction, so neither had the time to drive me there. I love trains the most, but I'd love it if they could be a bit cheaper. Göteborg is just 3.5 hours away, but the train costs 500 kroner. Yeah, a lot. That's one thing I like about coming back to Poland. The train tickets are suddenly 5 times cheaper. Oh shit, we're gonna stop it for the ad. Want a break from the ads? I forgot! Do no ad stance. Ah! From where my parents live, we can take a ticket to the seaside for like 150 kroner and the service is reliable. I can't think of a more relaxing thing than taking a train to hell. Hell? That's a peninsula, very narrow, with a few tiny towns and beaches on both sides. Popular vacation destination. Polish people have enough of a sense of humor to give the bus that rides through at number 666. How about you? Any dream destinations? Oh, a lot. I'm curious about the world outside of Europe, mostly. I'd love to see places like Argentina or Brazil. Not very exotic, but I imagine they're different culturally, and obviously the climate and nature is different as well. I'm really curious about these differences. Do you think they will be that very different? I'm assuming that in current times, everything in the Western world is globalized, but I hope you're right. Oh, I think our tea is coming. Here you are. Moroccan green and red rooibos, and a hookah, watermelon flavor. Do you know how to use it? Yes, thank you. Ooh, that smells nice. The smoke? The tea. I'm not sure which of these, though. Which one do you want first? I think I'm getting the rooibos, and you the green tea. I thought we're taking them to share. The green tea goes super well with the hookah. We can. I'd love to try the green tea, too. Though I'm not sure if I want to smoke. I think I'd start with the rooibos. Good choice, I think. I bet the green tea will be super sweet. He pours the tea into our 2 identical cups, tiny and with no ears, covered in thick glaze poured in waves. The top blue like midnight sky, bottom red like rust. They look like tiny coral reefs frozen in time. It was definitely the rooibos I smelled before, because now the same sweet, slightly roasted aroma permeates the room. I lift the cup to my snout, blowing at the steaming surface before taking a tiny sip. Oh, this is nice. I don't think I've ever had it before. It's nice for a non-caffeine option. I don't mind the caffeine, though. Rather the opposite. It can make me anxious sometimes in the concert. It made me feel something. I'd like to stay in this headspace for a bit longer. Green tea has less caffeine than black, and much less than coffee. If I remember correctly, I think you should be safe drinking some. Takes a sip of the rooibos as well, and a radiant smile lights up on his snout. You know, when I think of it, I'm fairly happy where I am. I don't really need to travel to be happy. Though, everyone needs some change once in a while. Stay too long in one place, you become stagnant, calcified. Sometimes even the world moves forward and leaves you behind. Thinking of my parents who call me when they need to do something with the printer. Oh, I don't blame them. Printers are the machines of the devil. I couldn't fix one myself if it decided to stop working. Let me just say this. I just want to say this. Fuck printers. Just fuck printers. In my IT training, while I was getting trained in IT, printers were the bane of my existence. I so bad wanted to take the virtual printers and... Oh, yeah, I'm talking like actual printers. They are the devil. Bless our university for printing points. Imagine having to buy your own printer. You know, I haven't been living in the dorm for too long yet, but I like this communal way of thinking. I think I'd miss it if I was to move out of my own place. Lots of upsides to having your own place, sure, but living this way feels more wholesome, if you understand what I mean. More efficient and less wasteful, too. I think I do. There's a nice spirit of community in the dorm. A lot of meeting spots, a lot of people you meet every day in the kitchen, in the corridors, and at the sports rooms, in the cafeteria. Sometimes too many. For someone who values occasional solitude, it can be a lot, but I see your point, yeah. One big kitchen for the whole floor of people is better use of space than a separate kitchen in every apartment. The appliances can be of a higher quality because more people are paying for it. Same goes for tools in the garage, and who has a pool table in their house. It would be nice to have something like community-owned apartments with shared spaces outside of the universities, you know? One thing I remember from visiting my parents as friends with them is that the solitude they all seem to live in. Maybe it was their choice, maybe they liked it, but I don't think I'd like to live like that. I'm a terrible Finn, but I wouldn't want to be a lonely ruler in my own kingdom. I suppose living here with people is changing me. Maybe I'm bound to change too, I don't know. I'd like to imagine I won't. I'm afraid everyone does. Some grow and change for better, some turn bitter and disillusioned, fill themselves with resentment. It might sound naive, but I think it's very important to believe in something. What's the point of anything if you don't believe in a better future? If you don't have any hope, then why keep on living? Do you believe in something? I'm not sure. I'd like to think so. Maybe I'm afraid of admitting that hope, even to myself. Grabbed the hookah finally and took a puff. Smoke unfurls in thick streaks, escaping through his nose, then his snout too as he lets go of the mouthpiece, leaving with his heavy sigh. Talking with him always feels so natural and comfortable. And it's rare that I feel the age difference between us, but in moments like this, it becomes apparent to me. I think I understand him, but do I really? What can he be thinking about when he turns so silent? Am I in a position to ask, or do I want to know even? There's a lot of Bjorn I can't grasp. I feel like he's only shown me fragments of himself, gauging my reactions, guessing how far he can bear himself before me. I wouldn't mind if he opened up a bit more, really. But I know when not to push. Besides, I'd like to steer the conversation into lighter territory before the mood between us tanks completely. And what did you think about the concert? He smiles, recognizing the lifeline hidden in the straight question. Or maybe I'm just seeing things. I'm not sure, honestly. I might need some time alone before I know. I know what I felt, though. Emotionally, it was possibly the single most intense experience I can remember. I feel like now I have to piece myself back together after this, and I'm not joking. Am I going mad? I hope I'm not. I don't know if we even heard the same things. 5 minutes, I fell into a kind of shallow sleep full of hallucinations. What I remember for sure was this one point when the music exploded with a blind and white light. I looked into it and saw that it was a full spectrum of every color joined into one beam that began to fall apart. I think I know which part you mean. That one big chord that emerged from the chaos. The only part of the piece that felt like something harmonious. I hope I didn't hallucinate it, though if I did, that'd be some impressive work for my brain. Maybe I should be proud. That was something, that's for sure. I wanted to hear how powerful a full orchestra would sound live, and that was more powerful than anything I had imagined. Did you like it? I think I did. It wasn't what I expected. You know, when our school was taking us to the Philharmonic, we always went to hear some Vivaldi or, at best, Strauss. It was something completely incomparable. It was like listening to free jazz after only hearing pop music from commercial radio. I guess it depends on how you define enjoyment. Did I have fun? Honestly, I don't think I did, but I think the piece was worth listening to and it'll stay with me for quite some time. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? I can't say yet. Wasn't an easy experience. Another puff and a cloud of smoke covers us like a dense fog. I've seen some dark things, too. Heard things about myself that I didn't want to hear. Like what? Like that I'm wasting my time here in the university. That I'm living a life that's not for me. That I never had the courage to change anything. Dense and hazy, the smoke hangs over us like a blanket, or a heavy curtain pinning us down to the couch we sit on. These are heavy thoughts, but you're not stuck, you know. I think you're holding yourself back because you don't believe in yourself, that you could succeed with anything. I don't have many things I succeeded with. That shouldn't deter you from trying. Even if you don't try, you won't succeed with anything. If you believe that you don't have enough courage, it doesn't mean you don't. Bubbles travel through the water behind the hazy azure glass as I take another puff, vapor inflating my lungs. I never had any success with photography. I'm just taking photos, looking at others' photos, reading books, and coming up with ideas in hope that someday something will come out of it. Meanwhile, you took a camera and did some cool shots just like that. You're selling yourself short. Possibly, but I find it hard to believe. Nothing I can do can earn me any money, and I need money to stay alive, don't I? Jorgen's words from today's breakfast come back to me. Capitalism wants to make us think that we're worth what we earn. Our value isn't limited to our productivity. But where lies our value, then? I don't think smoking is good for him. I have to take him out of here and back outside. Gulping down the sickly sweet green tea, I lean on the bear. He moves closer to me, draping an arm around me. Sorry for asking about this. I can tell it's not easy for you. Don't be. We all have some demons, don't we? And tonight they're a bit more confrontational than usual. It's good to face them sometimes, and it's good to have support with that. Just don't let them beat you over the head. They're just you being critical of yourself. I see it now, yeah. I understood that I have to change something in my life to start a new chapter. I want to move on from the place where I am right now. And I want to move on. I wasn't particularly happy the last few years. These are just pages from the journalistic section of my notebook that I tore out and threw into the sea while we were sitting on the coast. I understood that remembering these thoughts isn't going to do me any good. And I feel much better now, lighter. I'm sorry to hear, really. I'm feeling hopeful. I feel like things are in my paws finally. You want to head back outside soon? Such a nice quiet night. Yeah, I liked it there. Honestly, I feel a bit claustrophobic here. Though staying together like that is nice. It is, but the fact that Bjorn says it out loud and ties some tight knots inside me and I feel at ease finally. But moments later, anxiety grips my throat. It's been a lovely evening together. Maybe it's time for me to make a move? Fuck. Time and place, Arvo. Time and place. Yeah, we'll do it. Hey, did you ever consider dating a guy? I dated a guy once, actually. Oh. And how did it go? Something wells up within me, warm but nauseating like licorice sweets. Yeah, I should have saved! Fuck! Give me a minute. One moment. Something wells up within me, warm but nauseating like licorice sweets. Is it hope? Or something else entirely? The cocktail of emotions swirling within me is intoxicating. Well, not too well. Stop saying them after a month. Oh. There go my hopes. But the circumstances weren't the best, and he was a tad weird. Overall, I think I'm happy it didn't work out. It's not like I wouldn't try it again. I've had other things on my mind lately, though, like tests that I'm failing. Why do you ask, though? The knots in my throat tighten again, but the bear's smile, sweet and expectant, reassures me. Is there something between us? The way I feel spending time with him, the warmth spreading through my body when he snuggles me into himself. They're all new to me. I can't grasp them fully like burning coal I try touching with bare paws. Isn't it too early to ask? Yes! But then, if I'm sure I'd like to try, if we're here, at the moment, basically snuggling, then what am I waiting for? Bjorn? I say his name in my head as my lips start moving. Would you like to try again? With me, maybe? Can you give me some more time? I don't know what to do with the studies yet. I see. Hey, don't be sad. It's not a no. I just feel like it would be unfair to say yes when I have no idea what my near future looks like. I don't think we can ever plan anything, you know. No, still. I'd like to know if I'm failing a year first. I have no idea what I'll do with myself otherwise. But it's a different topic. I like you a lot. I haven't had a vibe like this with anyone yet, ever. And you're a cutie. So, can you wait for the answer? I only nod, my heart aching and protesting, but what can I do but wait? He leans in, his nose touching mine playfully. Couldn't take my eyes off his even if I wanted to. They're big, brown, and beautiful, and it feels like I'm looking into them for the first time. This smile of his. Only now I'm beginning to grasp how precious it is for me. We both hesitate, struggling against the ropes that keep us at bay. With each of our mingling breaths, they snap one by one until finally our lips join. Game, you cock blocker! We got cock blocked by the game. Thank you, game, for cock blocking us. I really appreciate it. Oh my god, thank you! Thank you! Yeah, we can wait for Bjorn's answer. I'm willing to wait for him. Anyways, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.